Namaste everyone. In this class we are going to revise compound interest. Compound interest, this chapter already we have discussed in 9th standard. Now in 10th standard also you have compound interest. So let us first revise what we understand by interest. Recall what you understand by interest. It is the extra amount which you pay to the money lender for the use of money which you borrowed from him. Okay, again, interest is the extra money which you pay for the money which you borrowed from the money lender. So for example, if I am in need and I borrowed 1000 rupees from bank for 1 year, then after 1 year I am going to repay him or to the bank 1000 plus interest. So the additional amount what I am going to pay is interest, and this is we can say that this is for the use of money which I used for 1 year. Now there are two type of interest we generally come across. One is simple interest. So simple interest, in short we call it as S.I, simple interest, and the formula which we use for this is P into N into R divided by 100. This is formula for simple interest. Now in this formula, what we understand by P? This is called principal. Now principal is the amount which a borrower borrowed from the money lender. This is principal. N is number of period. Now number of period, here for simple interest number of period is in years. So if for 5 years I borrowed the money, then N is equals to 5 years. And R is rate of interest per annum. Rate of interest per annum. Now when I say rate of interest per annum, that means on rupees 100 how much extra money I am going to pay. That is rate of interest per annum. Annum means for 1 year. So for 1 year what extra amount I am going to pay is rate of interest. So simple interest, in simple interest we are not including the amount which what I can say that ki suppose 1000 rupees I borrowed today, then if I am not repaying after 1 year, then there will be some interest part which must be added to the principal. But in simple interest we are not considering that additional amount, okay, which must be added to this borrowed amount. So simple interest formula is very simple, PNR upon 100. Now if I want to understand what is the total amount that I will pay after n year, so total amount, it is denoted by A and it will become P plus simple interest. So this is total amount what you are going to pay after n year. Now many times it may possible that this n is not an integer value. That means this n is not 3 year or 5 year, but it will be in fraction like 3 year 4 month. So when it is like 3 year 4 month, then in that case what we have to do? We have to first convert this 3 year 4 month in years. So how we can convert 3 year 4 month? So your 3 year 4 month will become, this is 3 complete year plus this 4 month can be written as 4 upon 12 year. In 1 year we have 12 months, so I divide month divided by 12 and I will convert it in years. So it will become 3 plus, this is 1 upon 3, 4 1 the 4, 4 3 the 12, that is 3 3 the 9 plus 1, 10 upon 3 years. So in place of n we are going to use value 10 upon 3 and then we will find simple interest. So when the problem is to calculate simple interest, formula is very simple. Simple interest is PNR upon 100, and after calculating simple interest we can find out total amount. Now let us understand what we mean by compound interest. Compound interest, CI. Now in compound interest what happens that after 1 year the total borrowed amount will become initial borrowed amount plus interest for 1 year. That will become total borrowed amount after 1 year. So for second year when we calculate interest, then in that case my principal will be amount after 1 year. So amount after 1 year becomes the principal for the second year. And similarly for third year the principal will be amount accumulated after 2 years. So while calculating compound interest, we can calculate year by year. Now here in this previous example, if I have to calculate simple year for 5 years, so what we have done, we put the value of N5. But for compound interest, now here what I have to do, I have to first find amount after 1 year, then amount after second year, amount after third year, and for each year we are going to find interest. And the sum of all these interest will become your compound interest. Or else you can say that compound interest is your final amount, which is A, minus your principal. So final amount after say 5 years minus amount which you invest for the initial year or for the first year, or the amount which you borrowed in the beginning, that you subtract from the final amount. So amount minus principal will give you compound interest. There is a formula also to calculate the compound interest. Now here in case of this compound interest, if the rate of interest is changing, okay, if the rate of interest is changing after say 1 year, 2 year, so for each year we are calculating interest, and then for the next year we are changing the rate of interest, and that way we are calculating amount and compound interest. Now there is a formula also that is helpful to calculate compound interest, and when we use the formula for compound interest, first we have to apply formula for amount which we get after n year. So amount after n year will be P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole power n. This is the formula to get amount after n year, where R is rate of interest, and here we consider that rate of interest is same for n years, and therefore compound interest will become amount minus P. So amount, this amount we calculate, and from this we subtract P, that will give us compound interest. If rates are changing every year, then in that case, say if R1 is rate for first year, R2 is rate for second year, R3 is rate for third year, so in that case your amount will be equal to P into 1 plus R1 upon 100 into 1 plus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100, and so on, it will continue. Now compounding, that means when I am adding that interest part to our principal part, that compounding. Here in these two formulas we consider that after 1 year we are adding the interest, but many times we see that after 6 months or after 3 months we are compounding. That means we are calculating the interest part and then we are adding that to the principal to get the new amount. So in that case, when I will say that when compounding is semi-annually. Now semi-annually means after 6 months. So when compounding is semi-annually, then the formula for amount will become P into 1 plus, now this R will become R upon 2. For 6 months rate will be half, so R upon 2 upon 100, and in 1 year 2 times we are compounding, so the period will become 2n. So the formula will become P into 1 plus R upon 2 divided by 100 the whole power 2n. That will give us P into 1 plus R upon 200 the whole power 2n. And similarly when compounding is quarterly, okay, so for quarterly compounding, our amount will become P into, here now rate of interest will become R upon 4 whole divided by 100 and power 4n. So this is P into 1 plus R upon 400 the whole power 4n. This is the formula which we are going to use when the compounding is done quarterly. So we understood how we calculate simple interest, how we calculate compound interest. Okay. Now let us see few problems to understand it in a much better way. So let us see the first problem of your exercise 1.1. Find the amount and the compound interest on rupees 8,000 at 5% per annum for 2 years. So here in solution we say that principal for first year is equals to rupees 8,000 and interest for first year is equals to, now the formula is P, which is 8,000 into R or N, we say N, P into N into R is 5 divided by 100. So this is interest for first year. This 2 zeros you cancel and 5 is the 40. So 400 is the interest for first year. So therefore I will say that amount after first year is equals to 8,000 plus 400 is equals to rupees 8,400. Now this 8,400 will become principal for second year. So therefore principal for second year, this is equals to rupees 8,400. So therefore interest for second year will become 8,400 into 1 into 5 divided by 100. So this will give us 5 for the 20 and 5 at the 40. So it will become 42. So interest for second year is 420. Interest for first year it is 400. Interest for second year it is 420. Now the problem is find the amount and compound interest on rupees 8,000 for 2 years. So therefore I have amount after 2 year. Amount after 2 year, it will be your 8,400 plus this interest which is 420. So this become rupees 8,000, 4 plus 4 it is 8,820. This is amount after 2 years. And compound interest. So compound interest, it is equal to total amount minus principal. The formula is what? Amount minus principal. So this will give us, now principal, when I am saying principal, it is original principal. Original means principal at the beginning. So amount, it is rupees 8,820 minus principal is 8,000. So the difference is rupees 820. So rupees 820 is your compound interest. So your compound interest is rupees 820. This is how you solve first problem. Simple one. Okay. Now let us see Second question. The second question is, a person invests rupees 5,600 at 14% per annum compound interest for 2 years. We have to calculate interest for the first year, the amount at the end of first year, and the interest for the second year, correct to nearest rupees. So interest for the second year only we have to calculate. So here again in this problem, what is the principal for first year? Principal for first year, it is rupees 5600. Therefore interest for first year, I will say that therefore interest for first year, it will be equal to 5600 P into rate of interest. Rate of interest here we are taking interest at 14%, into period we are taking 1 year upon 100. So 56 into 14, 14 6 or 6 into 14, or 56 you multiply by 14, 14 6 14 5 70, 14 8 84. So I will write 4, 8 carry, 14 5 70, it will become 78. So 784. Interest for first year is rupees 784. So this first part we got. Now amount at the end of 1 year. At the end of 1 year, it will become rupees 5600 plus rupees 784. This will be amount at the end of first year. So amount at the end of first year, it is rupees 6,384. Now the third point is the interest for the second year. Okay, so here interest, I will calculate interest for second year. Interest for second year, it will be so before I write interest for the second year, we should first write principal for the second year. So amount at the end of first year will be principal for second year. So principal for second year, it will be rupees 6384. So therefore interest for second year, it will be 6384 multiplied by rate of interest is 14 into 1 year divided by, we will say 100. So now I have to first multiply this 6384 by 14. So you can do some rough calculation. 6384 multiplied by 14. So if you know that 14 is table, then very good. Otherwise 4 4 is 16, 1, 4 8 is 32, 32 plus 1, 33, 3, 4 3 is 12, 12 plus 3, 15, 1, 4 6 is 24, 24 plus 1, 25, and then 1 4 is 4, 1 8 is 8, 1 3 is 3, 1 6 is 6. Now I add, this is 6, 4 plus 3 7, 8 plus 5 13, 1, so 5 plus 4 9, and 6 plus 2 8. So here we will get 89376 divided by 100, that will give us 893.76, and if we approximate it to the rupees, it is rupees 894. So this rupees 894 is the interest for second year. So 3 questions, the interest for the first year. So interest for the first year is rupees 784, amount is 6384, and interest for the second year is rupees 894. Done? Okay, now let us move to the third problem. The third problem is a man invests rupees 46,875 at 4% per annum compound interest for 3 years. Calculate the interest for first year, the amount standing to his credit at the end of second year, that means you have to find amount after 2 years, and you have to find interest for the third year. You have to calculate the interest for the third year. So I will leave this problem for you to solve. Okay, for answer let us calculate with the help of calculator, but you all need to solve it manually. So the first question is the interest for the first year. So interest for the first year, what you do, your principal 46,875, you multiply this by 4% and then into 1 divided by 100, that gives you 1875. So the answer for this first question, it will be 1875. So for this it is 1875. Okay, you have to solve. Okay, don't copy it. The amount standing to his credit at the end of second year. Now for second year the principal will be, I will add to this rupees 46,875. So 46,875, this will be added, and this is my principal for the second year. I will multiply it with 4 and then divide this with 100. So this will be interest after 2 years. So interest after 2 years. Now the amount standing to his credit at the end of second year. So amount I want to find. So in that I will add, so to this amount I will add plus 48,750. So plus 48,750 I will add it. So 50,700 is the answer for the second question. 50,700. And the third question is interest for the third year. So 50,700 is the amount. So this will multiply by 4 and divide by 100. So interest for third year is 2028. So 2028 you will get interest for the third year. So solve this problem and check whether you are getting these answers. Now let us move to fourth question. Now let us see this fourth question. Fourth question is calculate the compound interest for second year on rupees 8,000 invested for 3 years at 10% per annum. Okay, so problem is same as what we have done in first question and second question. You have to find the compound interest for second year. Now to calculate compound interest for second year, what we will do, we will first find interest for first year. So here let us calculate. So I will keep my calculator. Okay, better. So we have to calculate compound interest. So I am using calculator, but you need not have to use calculator. What you can do, you can solve it. Okay, so simple interest for first year, for that you use the formula 8,000 multiplied by rate of interest is 10%. So into 10 divide by 100. You will say into 1 also, but 1 multiplication by 1 is nothing. Okay, the same thing you will get. So let me say 8,000 multiplied by 10 divided by 100. What is happening? Problem. So you can see here it is 8,000. I will calculate, it is 8,000 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 1 divided by 100. That will give you 800. 800 is a simple interest. Now I will add 8000 to it. I will get amount at the end of 1 year. So this is 8800, which is amount at the end of 1 year. What I have to calculate? I have to calculate interest for second year. So this is amount at the end of first year, that is principal for the second year, and then interest for second year is this multiplied by 10 and divided by again 100. So that will give you 880. So the answer for the second question is 880. So the question is calculate the compound interest. So what answer we get? 880 is the compound interest. Now also find the sum due at the end of third year. So this 880 I will add with the principal, which is 8800. So 9680 will be the principal for the third year. So this multiplied by 10 divided by 100 will give you interest for the third year. Now this interest 968 we will add to 96,800. 9680. This will be added to 9680. So we get 10,648. So the answer for this is 10,648. Okay. And last question, the fifth one. Ramesh invested 12,800 for 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum. Compound interest. Find the sum due to Ramesh at the end of first year, the interest earned for the second year, and the total amount due to him at the end of third year. So let us solve this problem. Okay. So here I am not using calculator. I will solve it completely. So here first we will say that principal for first year. Principal for first year is given 12,800 and interest is 10. Okay, 12,000, it is 12,800. So therefore interest for first year, it is 12,800 multiplied by 10 into 1 divided by 100. So 2 zeros I will cancel. So this will become 1280. So interest for first year is 1280. So therefore amount at the end of first year. Amount at the end of first year is 12,800 plus 1280. That will give me, now 0 plus 0 is 0, 8, then 2 plus 8, 10, now 1. So 1 plus 1, 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4, and then we have 1. So 12,800 plus 1218 will become 14,080. So this is my amount at the end of first year. The question is sum due to the Ramesh at the end of first year. So this is answer 14,080. This is amount due at the end of first year. Now principal for second year. Principal for second year. Now principal for second year will be rupees 14,080. I have to calculate interest earned for the second year. So principal for second year is 14,080. I will say interest for second year. Interest for second year will be 14,080 multiplied by 10 into 1 divided by 100. So this will give me 1,480. Therefore amount at the end of 2 year. Amount at the end of 2 years. So amount at the end of 2 years will be 14,080 plus 1,408. So this is 8, then this is 8, then this is 4, and at fourth position we have 4 plus 1 5, and then we have 1. So this is rupees 15,488. Rupees 15,488. This is amount at the end of 2 years. Amount at the end of 2 years is 15,488. This is amount at the end of second year. Total amount due to him at the end of 3 years we have to calculate. So principal for the third year. Principal for third year will be this 15,488. Now interest will be this principal, that is 15,488 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 1 divided by 100. So this will give me 1548.8. So 1548.8. This is interest for third year. So therefore amount at the end of 3 years, amount at the end of 3 years is equals to 15,488 plus 1548.8. So this will give me 8. I will write then 8 plus 8 16, 1 carry, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 8 13, again 1 carry, 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 4 10, again 1 carry, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 5 7, and then 1. So 17,036 approximately equal to 17,037 rupees is the amount at the end of 3 years. So this is amount at the end of 3 years. So all the problems that we solved here, the same we have done, or the same type of problems we have done in 9th standard also. So a good revision for you all. Now there are few more problems that we will continue in our next class. So thank you. Before you join second class, try to solve those problems by yourself.